All right, let's continue with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and move on to the Bard fans. We got some new class features, new Bard spells, and the College of Creation and of Eloquence. So quite a bit added right here. So looking up here with the Bard, they give you the new features and subclasses mentioned up here and talk about the player's handbook. And then they talk about the additional Bard spells. So at first level, you'll get some. But notice when you look at the list, it's not just level 1. That's good. Sometimes when spells are added, they're really just at the lower level. But look at that. 1 through 9, at least 1 for each. So that's good. Even builds up the higher levels too. So at first level, we see color spraying commands. We're starting to see all through here that a lot of these have already been in existence for some time, but for whatever reason, they made it over to the Bard spell list, so always good. At second level, there's Aid. Enlarge and Reduce is always a fun one to have right there. Mirror Image is always a benefit. Third level, Intellect Fortress, then Mass Healing Word, that's a good one, and slow. Fourth level, Phantasmal Killer, it's a fun one to have. Fifth level, Rariest Telepathic Bond. Sixth, Hero's Feast. Seventh, Dream of the Blue Veil and Prismatic Spray. And at level 8, Antipathy, Sympathy. And at ninth level, Prismatic Wall. So a lot of new spells to look at there for the Bards. Then we have Magical Inspiration, a second level Bard feature. If a creature has a Bardic Inspiration die from you and casts a spell that restores hit points or deals damage, the creature can roll that die and choose a target affected by the spell. Add the number rolled to a bonus to the hit points regained or the damage dealt. So that's good to get it either way, for good or bad right there, for healing or for harm. The Bardic Inspiration die is then lost. So that really has a good little addition to the spells mentioned right there. Then back up here on Bardic Versatility, a fourth level feature. Whenever you reach a level in this class that grants the ability score improvement, we see that for a long time, usually every 4 levels there, you can do one of the following, representing a change in focus as you use your skills in magic. You can, 1, replace one of your skills you choose for the expertise feature with one of your other skill proficiencies that isn't benefiting from expertise. Second, replace one cantrip. That's always a nice one right there. You learn from the classes. Spellcasting feature with another cantrip from the Bard spell list. Then again, the 2 new Bard colleges here. So, of course, these are picked up at 3rd level. And the first one here is the College of Creation. Bards believe the cosmos is a work of art, the creation of the first dragons and gods. That creative work includes harmonies that continue to resound throughout existence today, a power known as the Song of Creation. Let's make it just a little bit larger. There we go, right there. The bards of the College of Creation draw on that primeval song through dance, music, and poetry, and their teachers share this lesson. Before the sun and the moon, there was the song, and its music awoke the first dawn. Its melodies so delighted the stones and trees that some of them gained a voice of their own, and now they sing too. Learn the song, students, and you too can teach the mountains to sing and dance. So they tell us here that dwarves, gnomes, and dragonborn like to, or shall we say, prefer this college right here. And they even mentioned down here for legends portraying Bahamut and Tiamat, the greatest of the dragons, are 2 of the song's first singers. So at 3rd level here, you see the pickup Mode of Potential. Whenever you give a creature a Bardic Inspiration die, you can utter a note from the Song of Creation to create a tiny mote of potential which orbits within 5 feet of that creature. So I guess it's going to spin around a little circle close to them. The mote is intangible and invulnerable, and it lasts until the Bardic Inspiration die is lost. The mote looks like a musical note, a star, a flower, or another symbol of art or life that you choose. When the creature uses the Bardic Inspiration die, the mote provides an additional effect based on whether the die benefits an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw. So here they give 3 different options. A, ability check. When the creature rolls the Bardic Inspiration die to add it to an ability check, the creature can roll the Bardic Inspiration die again and choose which roll to use. So that's good to get the best out of the 2. And it emits a colorful, harmless spark for a moment. Then B here, the one with the attack roll. Immediately after the creature rolls the Bardic Inspiration die to add it to an attack roll against a target, the mote thunderously shatters. The target and each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it must succeed on a con saving throw against your spell save DC or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled by the Bardic Inspiration die. So, of course, that'll add to the attack roll. And then see here, saving throw. Immediately after the creature rolls the Bardic Inspiration die and adds it to a saving throw, the mote vanishes with the sound of soft music, causing the creature to gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die plus your Charisma modifier, minimum of 1 temporary hit point. So, of course, that's adding to those Bardic Inspiration die, giving them a little something extra. Down here they have Performance of Creation at level 3. As an action, you can channel the magic of the Song of Creation to create one non-magical item of your choice in an unoccupied space within 10 feet of you. So it looks like you can just create non-magical items just right out of thin air. How handy could that be? Get somewhere and need a particular object. The item must appear on a surface or in a liquid that can support it. The gold piece value of the item can't be more than 20 times your bard level. Well, you figure for common items, that's going to be more than enough gold piece right there. And the item must be medium or smaller, which most would be. The item glimmers softly and a creature can faintly hear music when touching it. The created item disappears after a number of hours equal to your proficiency bonus. For examples of items you can create, see the equipment chapter of the player's handbook. Once you create an item with this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a spell slot of 2nd level or higher to use this feature again. So there, as long as you got spell slots, you can still use it more than once. You can have only one item created by this feature at a time. If you use this action and already have an item from this feature, the first one immediately vanishes. The size of the item you can create with this feature increases by 1 size category. When you reach 6th level, it'll go up to large, and 14th level huge. So that really opens a lot of possibilities. Pretty much your imagination is all that's ever going to limit that right there. So let's see what's going on with this dancing item thing right here. So at level 6, they mention animating performance. As an action, you can target a larger, smaller, non-magical item you can see within 30 feet of you and animate it. So you can animate things here. The animate item uses the dancing item stat block, which uses your proficiency bonus. The item is friendly to you and your companions and obeys your commands. It lives for 1 hour until it is reduced to 0 hit points or until you die. In combat, so it can be used in combat, the item shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes on its turn is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action. So we see this right here going on with other things summoned throughout Tasha's book right here. These sort of repeat. That action can be one in its stat block or some other action. If you're incapacitated, the item can take any action of its choice, not just dodge. When you use your Bardic Inspiration feature, you can command the item as part of the same bonus action you use for Bardic Inspiration. Once you animate an item with this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a spell slot of 3rd level or higher. So notice we saw 2nd level before, now 3rd level with this item here, to use the feature again. You can have only one item animated by this feature at a time. Too bad. If you use your spells up, you can make a bunch of them. If you use this action and already have a dancing item, the first one becomes inanimate. So if we go back up here and look at this little block they gave us for the dancing item, look at that armor class, 16, pretty good. Hit points, 10 plus 5 times your bard level, so of course these will level up with you. Notice it can have a flying speed right here and hover. Look at the strength of 18 and con of 16, dex of 14. This could be handy. And of course there's the damage immunities and such, condition immunities, dark vision, so on. Proficiency bonus equals yours. Immutable form. The item is immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form. Impressible dance. When any creature starts its turn within 10 feet of the item can increase or decrease, your choice, the walking speed of that creature by 10 feet until the end of the turn, provided the item isn't incapacitated. And then lastly here we see Force Empowered Slam. So here's the combat part. Melee weapon attack. Your spell attack modifier to hit with a reach of 5 feet. One target you can see in a 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus force damage. So it's not bad right there. So there's everything you get under that animating performance. Then over here they jump to Creative Crescendo. And notice this is 14th level. What happened to something at level 10 right there? I feel like they kind of got robbed. I would have thrown them something else in between. That's a big jump from 6 to 14. When you use your Performance of Creation feature, you can create more than one item at once. So now we see more of them being used. The number of items equals your Charisma modifier, minimum of 2. If you create an item that would exceed that number, you choose which of the previously created items disappears. Only one of these items can be of the maximum size you can create. The rest must be small or tiny. You are no longer limited by gold piece value when creating items. So that really opens things up. Get that huge size, no gold piece limitation. And then we have the College of Eloquence. Adherents to the College of Eloquence master the art of oratory. So they sound like they'd be good politicians right here. These bards wield a blend of logic and theatrical wordplay. Yep, they can BS a lot. Winning over skeptics and detractors with logical arguments and plucking at heartstrings to appeal to the emotions of the audiences. So I think we've definitely found who'd be the mouthpiece of the group right here in a party. So back up here at the top, they have next Silver Tongue. So this is gained at 3rd level. You're a master at saying the right thing at the right time. When you make a Charisma, Persuasion, or Charisma Deception check, you can treat a D20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. So anything from 1 to 9 will now count as a 10. So no more rolling ones right there. Then they have Unsettling Words, 3rd level College of Eloquence. You can spin words laced with magic that unsettle a creature and cause it to doubt itself. As a bonus action, you can expend one use of your Bardic Inspiration and choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. Roll the Bardic Inspiration die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of your next turn. So how handy would that be right there against the most powerful enemies? Get their saving throws reduced there. Then at level 6, Unfailing Inspiration. Your inspiring words are so persuasive that others feel driven to succeed. When a creature adds one of your Bardic Inspiration dice to its ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, and the roll fails, the creature can keep the Bardic Inspiration die. So we really see the Bardic Inspiration dice being expanded here. Then at level 6, Universal Speech. You gain the ability to make your speech intelligible to any creature. So how about that? Now you could talk to anything, no matter what the language. As an action, choose one or more creatures within 60 feet, up to a number equal to your Charisma modifier, minimum of 1. The chosen creatures can magically understand you regardless of the language you speak for 1 hour. Once you use this feature, you'll have to take a long rest or expend a spell slot to use it again. Then at level 14, Infectious Inspiration. When you successfully inspire someone, the power of your eloquence can now spread to someone else. When a creature within 60 feet of you adds one of your Bardic Inspiration dice to its ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, and the roll succeeds, you can use your reaction to encourage a different creature, other than yourself, that can hear you within 60 feet, how about all these rules, giving it a Bardic Inspiration die without expending any of your Bardic Inspiration uses. So that'll just let your Bardic Inspirations pass one after another. It already multiplies them. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your Charisma modifier, minimum of once, and you regain all the uses on a long rest. So good bit of information right there on the Bards. If you're into the Bards, this will definitely be good information for you here with 2 new colleges. So until we meet again, good luck and good gaming.